In this video, we'll look into select. So let us take this table marks. Marks has got the columns student varchar of 50, subject varchar of 50, marks int. So to select these columns, what we do is select, and then the column names have student and subject, marks from the table marks. Marks is in SQL Basics database and which has got DBO schema. Table name is marks. So the syntax would be select, column name student, subject, marks from the table name, that is marks, which is in database SQL Basics and schema DBO. So we now go and execute this. So we got all the marks. This. Now we want another column which is saying good everywhere. So we'll connect it to a function and get the remarks good from function. So create function and it returns, is returning good, so it should be varchar of 50 and as will begin return good, and it here, and this is the function. So we execute this, it should be shown here in the scalar valued functions. I execute this, commands completed successfully. If I right click, refresh, fn function fn has been created here. Now if we want we are told that we need a column here with good. So let us take it again, select student comma subject comma marks comma dbo.fn. We'll call that function here. So we can call it in the select statement this way, the function from SQL Basics dot dbo dot marks. So now if we execute this, we got good here because we are returning good in this function and we are calling that function in the column list, the select statement. So that's how we can use a function and call that function in the select column list. We can as well call that function like select dbo.fn. So if we just say select dbo.fn, so it will just return good. So after select we are calling is dbo.fn, but here we are accessing other columns too and then calling the dbo.fn. But here we didn't even give the table name. We just called it as select dbo.fn. Now let us see how do we use subquery in the select. So let us say there is a table here, the SQL Basics database. We have a table class here, this class. So let us see what records are there in class. Select star from SQL Basic dot dbo dot class. Execute this. We have these records, IDs and student A and B, subjects with chemistry, biology, social. Go down, there is this maths. So here we got 93, 83, 42, 76, 50, 67, 64, 68, 83. So if we see the marks table, let's start basic dot marks, execute marks. We have this 90, 80, 70, 80, 70, null, null. So everything round figure. So these doesn't match with the records in the class. See this? None of them matches with this records in the class, because these are not round figures like 90, 80, 70. Now our aim is now to get these records which are not there in marks. So every record is not there in marks. So if we want to get that, we need a subquery. So what we want is select star from SQL Basics dot dbo dot class. So we need everything from this table, but where marks not in, shouldn't be in this marks table. Select marks from SQL Basics dot dbo dot. So we are selecting marks from this marks table, which is 90, 80, 70, null. So but we want marks from the class table where marks not in this marks table. So each and every record in this class table is not there in the marks table. So our expectation is that we should all these 10 records should show up, but it doesn't show up. So I'll tell the reason in a bit. So let us execute. Nothing has shown up because all these are not in this marks table. All the marks in the class table are not in marks table. But even though we are saying not in select marks from SQL Basics.dbo.marks, it is not showing up. The reason is, if I use show this null, there are null records. So this not and the in doesn't work with null record. So what we have to do is we have to eliminate those records. So select marks from SQL Basics.dbo.marks where marks is not null. So if I say if the marks is not null, execute this, we get only these 90, 80, 70, 60. Now if we execute this query, we get all these 10 records from the class table. So in doesn't work with null values, so we have to eliminate these null values. And the select statement, we are having this subquery. That's how we can use this subquery in this select statement. Now let us check the subquery in the column list. So if I say select from marks, so I'm selecting marks from marks table, and I'm selecting, let us name this as mks is equal to the next column. Here I'm giving the subquery select sum of marks from class. Because I'm already there in the SQL basics database, I just gave it as marks here and then class here. In previous cases, just to illustrate in depth, I had to write the whole query, like giving the database name, schema name, and then the table name. But you can as well give it here in the testing phase, because you're already in the SQL basics database. So here we are given this column as a subquery. That subquery is we are summing all the marks from the class and then showing it up here as the second column. So if I just execute this, you can see 687 is the sum of all the marks from class. It is showing up in this as a column here, and this marks from marks table is showing up as it is, and the sum is showing up here. So that's how you can give it as a column, the subquery. If you like the video, please subscribe by clicking on the subscribe button. For notifications on upcoming videos, please click on the bell icon.